The Canucks announced they're officially in a rebuild after saying they were in a hybrid retool.
Thank
a month ago? Was that right when they traded Quinn Hughes? They're like, yeah, we're in a hybrid retool. We're gonna take it easier.
First off, I with all due respect with Patrick Allvin, I have no idea what the hell he does in this league, especially in the front office. He should get fired. Put Rutherford as your GM, right? Make him president and GM, and then let him run it. Whatever, it's fine. Again, Allvin just causes a shit show, to be honest. But I'm happy Rutherford, the real GM and president, said we're in a rebuild. I don't know what the hell they were doing for the past 11, 12 years since the 2011 run.
Hybrid retool, man. Now they're going full electric. Yeah, they're embracing the change. Getting a Tesla.
Yeah. No more Prius. All right, we're gonna go full. We're gonna fully in.
They're going Cybertruck, not even full motor. Right? They're going full down, which is nice.
Well, they got a Cybertruck contract in Pettersson.
Again, that's stupid. I don't know why. Again, if you knew this direction was going to happen, everybody saw it miles years ago and stuff like that. And then you decided to go, okay, let's trade a first rounder for
Marcus Pettersson.
Let's sign him too. So it's going to be even harder to trade him. Now they're saying, okay, every core player, every veteran's on the market. Well, it would have been easier if you didn't give everybody no movement clause either.
Yeah.
So classic Allvin on that part. But again, I'm happy that they're finally taking a step in the right direction.
The only thing I'm worried about is the last time the Canucks said they were going through the rebuild was in 2016, 15, wherever the hell, and that was just a short-term rebuild, a 2-year, 3-year rebuild, and that feels like the same thing's happening over again, right? With this group, and that's what kind of Aquilini's thing. Let's do a quick rebuild. Let's get back to winning again. And I don't think that works as well unless you already have Montreal, for example. They had Suzuki and Coffey. I was looking at the 2020 team when they went to Stanley Cup Finals, right?
Yeah.
They had a bunch of vets. They had Eric Stahl. They had Corey Perry. They had Josh Anderson, Carey Price, Weber. A bunch of solid defensemen, right? And then they had the young guns like Caulfield and Suzuki. And those guys kind of got those early looks into showing that we could play at this level. The Canucks don't have anybody really like that who's that young and that shows, hey, we're ready to rip it up and go to the step. Yeah. We're I don't think a 2-year, 3-year rebuild can actually work like that.
No,
it's barely worked for most teams.
Well, to their credit though, SB, last time they did it actually worked out quite well for Vancouver. They got some great draft picks that they didn't make, Quinn Hughes, Pettersson, and all those other guys. And then they did find themselves in a position to actually make a run. They got a really good team. They had JT Miller, and they actually were a decent team, and you could say they're a playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
What happened was it imploded due to their own demise and everything that was going on in the locker room with JT and Pettersson. It just didn't pan out. And they even had a guy, like you're saying, SB, Bo Horvat during that time, who had shown promise. He was a young guy before that era. I think he was drafted in 2013.
Yeah. He was that link, right? He would have been like that Suzuki, Caulfield, right?
A rebuild is contingent on how well you draft, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't this regime that drafted all those guys. It was Jim Benning, to his credit, I guess. But I think at least they're embracing the rebuild. And, it's time for a fire sale. Get rid of all these guys and get some good returns back. Exactly. A lot of teams still think they're in the playoffs. You get a lot of good capital back for some of these players.
Get rid of Sherwood. Trying to see if you can get rid of Pettersson. Okay, go for it. Besser, I don't think it's somebody... I think Besser's a Canuck for life.
I think Besser's going to die with the ship.
Yeah. I think he should be captain. There's no... Who else are you going to give the captaincy? You already traded your last 2 captains twice now, right? What's that say about your franchise that the one guy that you anointed as a captain... Yeah, and then when trouble got when there's shit going down in the locker room, you're like, you know what we'll do? We'll trade our captain instead of trading the other guy.
Yeah,
that says a lot about your franchise already.
Yeah,
it's the same franchise that made a goaltender a captain, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about here.
What are we talking about here?
Then they just signed Matt Sundin for $10 million just for the sake of it,
And that was
season 2.
That was them at their peak. That was them at their peak of the times. 5-year Stanley Cup playoff run. That was the best
year. Yeah. Cap space, spend it all on Matt Sundin. All $10 million.
The biggest name, Pettersson, obviously, Judy just said.
Yeah.
On pace to score 30 goals this year. He probably kind of brought his value back a bit. I think Petey would be a good player for any team that's looking for a second line center.
Carolina
for sure.
Carolina's got the cap space too. Trouble getting free agents.
I think assets though.
Maybe not.
Draft capital.
Right, it would have to be draft capital, but
Pettersson's not even an A-level asset anymore. He's like a B-level, so you're not going to get a lotto team to give up a lot of draft capital.
Some people are suggesting a trade with LA, where the Canucks would trade Pettersson for Byfield, who's kind of struggling in LA.
I like that.
Let's see. I don't know if LA would want to do that because Byfield's obviously still got a little more hype than Pettersson still does. But I feel like that would be a trade that I can see the Canucks trying to do.
But Byfield also...
That's something I would say that's just like kicking the thing down the road again, right? It's like, okay, Byfield already is like an NHLer. You know how he plays and stuff like that. Now, do you want to bring him in the market, but okay, see what happens? Or it feels like they're just redoing that same cycle over, or just bringing players that kind of failed in other teams.
I think they have to do that for Pettersson, not Demko. Demko, I think they can get the assets for. But Pettersson, he's kind of regressed a lot. So, like, you got to take the best opportunity you got. And if it's Byfield, like, that's the best you got. Like, you might as well take that. Look, the numbers aren't bad this year.
Right.
Well, that's not a bad move. Byfield, how old is he now? 22?
23.
Okay. But, still kind of young.
Exactly. You never know. He could grow. Like, players sometimes take a little bit minute to grow, and he could be that. Look at Nate Dogg. It took him, till he was 27, 28?
I think Byfield's been playing a little bit better in the last few months. He kind of, and he's had a run. Zeros all the way. Yeah. And he's been playing a little better, but I don't know. He just has to take the steps. The thing with him, when his draft class, he was supposed to be one of the better players. And I think that whole draft class had a lot of disappointments, including him and Lafreniere, I think, right? The guys that are supposed to get first round picks are the guys like Kiefer Sherwood. I think he's supposed to be the first guy. Rangers are kind of into him.
Boston.
I would love to trade with the Rangers. Sherwood to the Rangers. I would take that trade all day.
Oh, 100%.
First round pick for the Rangers would be like what? Top 10? Top 6 almost? Right now?
Top 15 at the very least.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't think the Rangers can get out of this slump they're in. I would love to just take that first round.
They're gonna die trying too, like you're saying, so you might as well try to get that first round pick.
They're going down swinging for sure.
You guys see their captain Miller though? He's been cutting promos left, right, and center with the media.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to. He's not talking anymore. That's the thing. I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm done.
He's back to his old ways. I think the other player mentioned was Evander Kane. The Canucks trying to trade him back to that Edmonton Oilers. Everybody's like, "What? Get the fuck out of
Make him captain." Right? East Van.
He is Vancouver.
The fact that you can't even get a 7th-round pick is sad.
It's rough.
It's not his fault, right?
It's not his fault. Yeah. It's Canucks' fault for trying to trade him.
They can even trade some of these other deals. A lot of teams are going to get cap space with the cap going up, like DeBrusk. You mentioned Marcus Pettersson.
Yeah.
And if you're going to go for a rebuild, and if it's going to be 2 to 3 years, that's be like you're saying, like, who knows if it's going to work out. You might as well bottom out and really amplify your odds and actually getting some good.
Just keep bottoming him out. And then you have, I think teams have already called on Hronek too, and then he's got no movement, classic Canucks. But, even then, if you get rid of him, again, it's going to be harder because there are no movements. But, you have your core defense will be, Bouillon, DPD, Mancini, and Willander, right? That'll be your 4 going forward. And then just surround them with a couple of veterans, right? You don't need the veterans to be making 7-8 million and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then get rid of those, try and get assets, right? Draft capital, right? That's what you want. And then hopefully, let's say even out of in the next 3 years, you get 15 draft picks, let's say, something like that, right? If you hit on, let's say 4 or 5, that's still really, really good.
Yes.
I think.
Sorry, go ahead. No.
Nothing really to add. I was going to say Demko. I think he's done for the year. Most potentially our tank commander. Yeah. Commander Foote said he might be done for the year. So I can see it happening.
If they're going to tank, they got to get rid of Connor Garland. He's the only one that's out here.
That's what I was thinking.
He's hustling. And we'd really improve our odds of getting Gavin McKenna or one of those top guys.
I think a lot of teams would love Connor Garland.
Yeah, you probably get more capital back for him than Pettersson at this point.
And even going forward, that's a sick cap at $6 million. $6 million. That's really good.
He's 29 years old. And I think a team like Boston would love him. If Boston can't get Sherwood, they would for sure go after Connor Garland. They could use a winger like that. I mean, They need the pieces up front too. The more guys they can bring in, more veterans they can bring in, the better for them.
I think a good for Sherwood, just to go back on him. I think Dallas would be a great pick for.
Ooh,
that would be a good.
No, we're sticking with New York Rangers. The Rangers want the first.
Dallas.
The Rangers want to get the first Sherwood. I'm not saying no.
Anaheim too. We might as well take their pick as well.
They're bottoming out a little bit.
They probably need more defensive help, right? Anaheim, that's the biggest issue. They let so many goals.
Right?
They let 4 goals a game the last month of hockey. It's brutal over there for Anaheim.
Maybe they go after Hronek then.
Yeah, that's something. Or maybe Marcus Pettersson goes back home. Yeah. The team that drafted him, he goes back there. I think the Canucks, they 2-3 years, maybe give them 3-4 years, maybe give them an extra year, extend a year for that rebuild. Yeah. Canucks fans won't be mad. They won't be I feel like there'll be more people in Rogers Arena than they are now.
Yes.
If the Canucks were actually committing to the rebuild and said, "Hey, we're actually going to give you something."
The mood will be way different, right? They'd actually be more enjoyable because if again, this fan base isn't stupid, right?
For sure.
If they want to rebuild, they understand what's going on. They understand the process, right? Mm-hmm. Have these young guys coming out. They're going to be exciting, right? They're going to be the ones that here in the next 15 years trying to build a championship team, right? The goal is not to make the playoffs. The goal is to build a contender for the cup, right?
And make the playoffs multiple years instead of one-offs every 5 years.
Hopefully the dumbass Alcoini understands that and actually gets it through, but we'll see what he does.
This is honestly unbelievable, given how great shape they were a few years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't think that they would bottom out like this. They got no more assets. They traded JT Miller for like 3 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, exactly.
They lose all these trades. Even Quinn Hughes. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go for a rebuild, you could have got more draft cap. They only got 1 first round pick.
They took three
Man.
three players that we don't even know.
How do you get 1 first round pick back for Quinn Hughes?
And it's Minnesota's first round pick too. Like, what is not going to happen? They're going to make the playoffs. It's going to be like a 27th pick. It's like, what the hell?
It's the most Canucks thing to do, like just say, hey, we got all this hype. The market's going our way. We're going to trade this first round pick asset for third round pick return for him.
I got a question. How about if the Canucks say they do get a top, they get the first round pick, do you think they go Gavin McKenna or you think they go the Swedish kid?
Oh yeah, you did your research.
I did do my research. I'll break it down because JP and Jyoti, I don't know if you guys know.
They're going for the defense.
So I'll give you the comparisons for each player because those two are touted first and second now.
Yeah.
Right? Because what's the name? Ivar Steinberg. He won the gold, right? He played pretty well in the tournament. So now they're comparing him to like a Patrick Kane, a Salabrini kind of guy. Like that's how he plays the game.
Okay.
So like he'll Gavin McKenna. He's more like a Kucherov. He likes to make the pass in the neutral zone. He tries to make the
more perimeter player.
Move is, more of a perimeter player. He likes to get the puck out. He doesn't like contact. He doesn't like to get hit. Like you'll see it like in games like even Team Canada. He'll have the space to take the puck and carry it into the zone. He won't. He'll make the pass instead, which sometimes is a good thing. Sometimes is a bad thing. Sometimes he goes for the risky passes and it gets picked off, and it turns into a liability. Right. But he doesn't like I've seen him play. Like he doesn't like the contact. He doesn't like to engage at all on the defensive end. He's like Bedard in that sense. Like he's not going to play defense. Mm-hmm. Well, Steinberg, he's different. He's like Salabrini and kind of like Patrick Kane, where in the sense like they don't mind having that contact. Like if someone hits them, they'll absorb the contact. Quinn Hughes does a great job of that, right? And they'll just keep moving the puck forward. He's more of a guy that'll skate through the neutral zone and try to create chances for other people.
I think you said that he's on pace to breaking the SHL record set by Daniel Sedin.
Yes.
So it would be a Canuck thing to take the Swede.
It would.
It'd be the most Canuck thing to take Sweden, especially the guy who broke legends like Daniel Sedin's
I personally think the Canucks are going to take him because he's ready now. Like, you know what I mean? He's ready to make an impact now on your team. Gavin McKenna, he's a project that'll take, like Bedard, he'll take 2-3 years to get to that level.
I think Gavin McKenna gets a lot of that just because he's playing the NCAA all of a sudden, and his numbers have gone down.
He also
and
doesn't
tougher competition.
He's playing well with the World Juniors.
He does play well, but they call him the low heart rate guy out there because you can see him play. You see no movement. You see him just chilling.
They call him the new Pettersson.
Perfect. He doesn't move around much. He doesn't look like he's engaged. He doesn't look like he's putting any effort in.
Sign him up.
So but he does like the things he does well is he's got great hands and he's got great passing ability. So if you take him and if you're looking to rebuild in 2-3 years, he's a perfect guy. But knowing the Canucks, they're gonna take the player that's ready now and they're gonna take him. Yeah. And he's a Swedish connection. They love taking Swedish players.
We have a Swedish general manager.
Exactly.
For now.
It's kind of died down though a little bit. It's not as bad as when the Sedins were in town and we had every other Swedish player. We had Olin, we had Edler, we had Louis Samuelson. That was the team though.
They drafted Lekkerimäki. They drafted Olander. They have a lot, three Pettersson on the team. Half the team is better Petterssons.
We'll come back, right?
We're so bad.
I'd still take McKenna though.
Yeah,
knowing the Canucks is luck. Imagine if they get the first overall pick and
that's true.
McKenna's going to turn into Wayne Gretzky.
He might.
If he fails, he fails. We got to take a chance on this quote unquote near generational player.
That's true.
And the Canucks need all the help to get. If we don't get someone like that, who's going to be that bona fide number one guy? Who's
and if he stayed in the dub, he probably would have been 160 points or something.
Yeah, but he needs
should have stayed in the dub.
No, he needs a competition. Yeah. You need to get better in the game like that. You're not going to get better.
That's what Brady said.
You're not going to get better in the game playing the weak ass players every fucking year.
Maybe he's just got bad decision making around him right now. Who told him to go to Penn State? I didn't even know Penn State to know.
Yeah, Penn State's not even a hockey thing. I would go to Michigan.
I don't even think anyone's won the Hobie Baker award from Penn State. I don't even remember any great NHLer.
It's either Michigan or Boston.
Sorry, the NIL money.
Yeah, the money was probably big, massive.
They're known as like a football school.
Yes, they are.
Joe Paterno way back in the day. I wonder if the statue's still there.
No, not anymore.
And so I don't know why he made that decision to begin with. Maybe that's stagnating his growth right now. Yeah. But that is a cause for concern, Rays, if he has that low engine, so to speak.
The other thing about Ivar, I was seeing that because people are highly on him because of the tournament now. Because they saw how great he played in the tournament. He didn't score as much as McKenna. Yeah. But they saw this guy puts in effort, and he's he kind of has that two-way game a little bit too. He took how Salabrini kind of has that two-way game. He worked on that early. He's kind of the same way people say.
I see.
So like he might turn to a Sal Green type player. He might turn to a Patrick Kane kind of type player. But
I've heard Patrick Kane is a comparison for both the guys.
Yes, Patrick Kane. But like I think Kucherov's a better comparison for Gavin McKenna because he does play like a lot like Kucherov. Because Kucherov doesn't. He didn't like the contact either. He didn't like playing aggressive like that in the zone either.
Yeah.
He's more of a finesse player.
He's more of a perimeter player.
Yes.
Keep it on the outside, find the guys, which isn't bad. The guys,
he's the best player. He's the MVP 3-time scoring league guy.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly. If you want to take him, like it's not a bad choice. It's a great choice actually.
Yeah.
But knowing the Canucks, because I feel like Gavin McKenna's like he's raw talent. He's not ready yet.
Knowing the Canucks, the way they viewed Pettersson and the Miller situation, where Pettersson was a kind of weak-minded guy. And that's kind of what's coming off from McKenna. Like he's still like raw and has like so much to learn. Doesn't have the like heart, I guess, to go in there and fight. Where Stenberg, it seems like he does have the heart to fight. The Canucks probably would lean towards Stenberg because they don't want to take that Pettersson type player again. Yeah.
If they get the first and they do that, it's gonna not work out in their favor. Right? It's a Canucks curse, man.
Hey, let's be real. We're not gonna get the first round pick, right?
First overall.
First overall. Yeah, we'll be third. We'll get Verov,
defenseman, of course. And
maybe even Malhotra's son, Caleb. So it's either gonna be one of those two. Let's be real.
Hey, the Canucks will have 3 picks in the top 32 this year. So that could be
31 technically.
Yeah, 31. Well, 32 because of the jump up.
Yes,
they still have 3 picks in the top 32.
Yeah. Before we end this video, let's just see
a mock draft lottery right here.
Mock draft. Let's see where the Canucks end up. Right now, they have Canucks got the best odds.
I'm thinking third.
100% drop.
I'm saying they're going to be second, and they're going to get whoever takes whatever is left over the scraps.
3 Canadian teams in the top 3.
My guess is going to be Chicago number 1, then New York, and then Vancouver.
No, but Bedard's going to come back, and he's going to set that team back to.
That's true.
Getting the race again.
Remember one thing: the Canucks trade for Sherwood and Rangers. We're getting that pick too. So if the Rangers are first, Canucks are first. So let's see. This is once and only time. If this happens, it happens now. Looks like who got the first? Canucks.
Got him.
Canucks taking it first.
Yeah, but look at Chicago.
Chicago jumped on the top.
Imagine they get that.
This is without the Gary Bettman influence.
Wow, what Chicago just lucky somehow. They just got everything going for them.
How does Chicago have 2 picks?
They have another pick right here.
We're 6.
They're 3 and 6.
Oh yeah, what the hell? This one dropped 10 spots from Florida for Spencer Knight.
Knight.
Seth Jones.
That
trade, I'm guessing.
But what if they make the playoffs? I'm pretty sure
this is weird. So if they make the playoffs, obviously things change. But
yeah,
for now, they drop.
That's a Gary Bettman locked in if I've ever seen one.
Well, that does it for this video. Let us know what you think about the Canucks. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Peace.
Thanks, Josh.